Hey VC, what's up? It's me, yours truly. I am back to post a quick video here. Coming back to post right now to do two things. Number one, give a huge, gigantic thanks to the one and only Chris Profe, who sent me over some really cool VCLT this week. So I wanted to give him a big shout out, a big thanks, and share with you guys what he shot over to me. And then just kind of a few recent finds. Stuff that's come in over the past, well, since the last recent finds video. A couple of cool new releases and stuff like that, but yeah, just wanted to kind of share what's been going on in my music world. So let's start with the awesome piece that Chris sent over to me. And any of you that don't happen to know Chris for whatever reason, one of the absolute coolest guys here in the VC. Matter of fact, just go check that link down below. Definitely someone you want to follow. Awesome guy. And yeah, brother, I cannot thank you enough for thinking about me. And he sent over this right here, which is the Kiss Off the Soundboard. This is the fifth official release or authorized release, which was kind of interesting too, because for the longest time I didn't realize there were multiple releases. After the first one came out, whenever I'm just kind of flipping through the bins or going through the shelves and I saw this cardboard, cardboard outer case or whatever, I just subconsciously automatically thought it was that same first one that they did. So I kind of have some catching up to do to get all those different releases. So the fifth one is definitely one that I needed. So Chris, that was an awesome piece, man. Cannot thank you enough. From 84, I think it was, which was the Animalized tour. So really looking forward to kind of diving into that. But yeah, thanks so much for sending that over, man. Really appreciate it. Like I said, if you guys don't know Chris, get over to his channel, jump on board really fast because he's just an awesome guy. The next one here was, even though it's not an official release, it was one that I was so excited about getting, which is this one right here, Van Halen, The Best Of, Volume 1. And I'm sure a ton of you probably had this CD for the longest time because it had never really been pressed on vinyl. And it's an unofficial import or whatever, but it's still just one of those albums that I have wanted to have pressed on vinyl for I don't know how long. That kind of gives you an idea about the track listing for those maybe that aren't familiar with it, including that one song they did a little bit later, Me Wise Magic with Roth, which is just a fantastic track that never really, I guess, made it to a studio album. But beautiful 2 LP gold vinyl and just an awesome greatest hits album. And it sounds fantastic. So they've been doing a fantastic job on these pressings, and not only just the quality and the sound, but the titles. And that's one I've wanted on vinyl for so long. So I'm very happy to get that. I just did a video about this, and of course everybody and their moms been picking this up, which is Metallica, the 72 Seasons. So I won't talk a lot about that, but always great to get a new Metallica album. Another one that I was very happy to find, because I've been looking for this album for at least a good 8 years now. And not because it's hard to find, the condition had been the thing. And I was wanting to just find it in the wild, of course, because you can always get online and overpay for something. But Wynwood, and this is kind of a 2 LP greatest hits of his stuff with the Spencer Davis group and Traffic and some of his solo stuff. So yeah, I purged this out of my collection about 9 years ago, 8 or 9 years ago, when I went through my clean purge. And the reason I got rid of it back then was because mine had a cut corner. And it just seems like, with no exaggeration, probably the 12 to 15 times I've stumbled across copies of this in the past 8 or 9 years that I've been, kind of looking for it. They could be absolute fantastic condition from top to bottom, and every single one had that freaking cut corner. So I had just been waiting to find one that didn't have it, that was in great condition, and finally came across one. And again, it's a $10 record, and it's one that, I probably could have got if I wanted to spend 15 or 20 bucks online. But it was just one of those ones I wanted to find in the wild, And so yeah, so to finally stumble across one, 2 LP set, awesome stuff. Because I love Wynwood, from Spencer Davis group to Traffic to his solo stuff in the 80s. I mean, he's just awesome. Next here, the new Depeche Mode, Definitely one to be very pumped about. Another one is just kind of like Metallica. It's, to me, it's just always great to have one of those awesome legendary bands that's still making music and still putting out albums. Whether it's their best album or one of their worst albums, like, I don't care. If Depeche Mode will give me another album, if Metallica will give me another one, if Ozzy will give me another one, if Megadeth, if they're giving me more albums, that's a good day, no matter how good or bad you may think the music is on that particular album. So there's always just a special joy just in that. Now, when the album is actually good, that's just even more icing on the cake. And this one here is definitely vintage Depeche Mode. It's kind of exactly what you expect to hear from them. So I've only listened to it all the way through one time, so I need to kind of go back and really dive into it deeper, but really enjoyed that. Great album, and I hope we get a few more from them, because I mean, just legendary. The next one here, kind of another fun one. Kenny Loggins. This is At the Movies. Sorry about the glare there, guys. Just kind of a fun one that I picked up, and I'll show you the back here, which gives you an idea about the track list. So side A, you have I'm Alright, Footloose, I'm Free, Playing with the Boys. And the funny thing about this album to me is I'm Alright and Footloose are two songs that I cannot stand. I mean, they make my stomach just turn. And like, even the movie, out of all the classic 80s movies, which of course I'm just a huge 80s junkie when it comes to the movies and the music, but yeah, when it comes to the movies, Footloose is that one that I never could get into. I did not like it. And so I'm Alright, Footloose, can't stand it. Side 2 is everything to me that made the 80s so freaking fantastic. Danger Zone, Meet Me Halfway, Nobody's Fool. I could spend that side all day long, and I mean, I'd never get tired of it. So I just thought that was so funny how side 1 is just a total dump for me, and side 2 is just totally amazing to me. But that's my boy Kenny, so definitely glad to grab that one. The Vapors, Clear Days, it's from 1980. Of course, their big hit was Turning Japanese. I actually have a pretty nice copy of this, but I found this near mint one in shrink with the hype, so I kind of use this as a replacement. So, but yeah, just another one of those great 80s new waves bands. Little disappointed in this because when I originally grabbed it, I thought it was an original pressing. And when I kind of dove into just one little thing that made it different, it's actually a 1977 US pressing. So, I mean, but it is, near mint in shrink with the hype sticker and all that, so it's nice. So I'll definitely hold on to it until I can find a near mint OG. But yeah, so that's Led Zeppelin, Houses of the Holy. So still a nice early pressing though. The Jets, another one of my childhood favorites right there. This came out, 1985. They kind of played a lot into the R&B scene, but they were kind of like a pop Latin flavor / R&B type of band. Awesome songs like Curiosity, Crush on You, You Got It All, just some of those fantastic songs I remember from my childhood. So nice to finally get a nice copy of that back in the collection. And then I'll give a big thanks to my boy Chance for this one, because he called me up sent me a message the other day. He was like, hey, so-and-so album I know you've been looking for. There's this store he usually buys from online. He's like, I just saw one there. It's in great condition. It's really at a great price. And sure enough, I went and checked it out, and he was right. And so I grabbed it. So I have to give him a thanks for turning me on to a beautiful copy of this, which is Poison Flesh and Blood. Again, I had a copy of this 8 or 9 years ago when I did my purge, my condition purge, and just had not gotten around to stumbling across another beautiful piece like that. So Chance, thanks for the heads up. I'm definitely glad to get this back in my collection. Unskinny Bop, Something to Believe In, all that great stuff. Just more that great late 80s, early 90s Poison right there. So great one to add to the collection as well. So there you go, VC. Those are some recent finds. Again, Chris, want to give you a huge thanks for the VCLT, man. Really appreciate it. And as always, thanks for watching, and let me know what you think, and we will talk to you soon, guys. All right, take care.